Oh wow. Oh wow. This guy said now. I wasn't even prepared. Wow.
Gotta you gotta be on your toes.
All right, we are live. Anyway, hi guys. Nerd
Yeah,
Z, is you ready?
I am.
Del Pesh, is you ready?
I have to be ready. So when I am ready, I stay ready.
Yo,
And,
you are butcher.
and the conversation we were having before, you have to be ready too, because if someone's taking something and it's not your establishment, you don't have to chase after them. For the viewers listening at home, like it's
My
not worth it.
yo, can I introduce the pod, bro? Like,
But yes, with the intro.
okay. In the world where mask will be off, so y'all have to start brushing your teeth back again. This is the event. I'm your host, Jay Huntville. Hello, hello, anybody there? I'm back.
What kind of intro? What just happened? Yo, what?
I'm not saying me. I'm not saying me. I'm saying y'all. Some of y'all forgot to brush your teeth. Some of y'all don't have. Some of y'all don't know where your toothbrush is ever since they said put on a mask.
For 2 years, there's people. You're something. For 2 years, there's
Like,
people.
I gotta find my brush.
Madness.
Y'all weren't brushing your teeth. Y'all weren't doing all that stuff.
So is that why, like, when I see the mask, it's all hairy and everything? Is that the breath just attaching to the?
No, when you see that mask hit a certain spot, there's just that one spot in the mask, and you're just like, ew, what is that? Oh, a foreign color, bro. You're like, what? Like, ew, what is that?
You know, people are seen with the nappy looking mask. Like, take that off. You're supposed to rotate that every 20 minutes. Like, what are you doing?
You're supposed to rotate your mask. You shouldn't be wearing the same mask every day, bro. Bruv. These are disposable masks, eh? These ain't reusable masks. These are disposable masks. If you put back on a mask that you just wore and it's a disposable mask, you are a sick youth. You're the type of person that blows in tissue, puts it back in, curl it back up in your pocket, just blowing it again.
Yo,
you are a sick youth. I came here on some. This is not the West End when you had handkerchief that you could spit and blow your nose in and put it back. This is not it, bro. Get it together.
That was all we bought. Okay, shout out to this person. They'll be nameless. I never understood why he had a handkerchief and he would just do that and put in his pocket. And then like an hour later, just pull the same thing out and just put it in his face. Like you just put more juice on your face. You put your old juice on your face.
It's one thing if you're just wiping off your face, like, but it's another thing to blow your nose in it.
No, but guys,
he want to rub it on your face.
Yeah, he was doing all of that.
Booger wad leaning on the side of your head and thing. Like, what are you doing, man?
He was digging for gold, man. He did it twice. So he had an hour before gold, and then he put some new gold on it. Like it's just
whoever blows in a tissue and stuff it in your pocket and go like this and like flash it back like straight, bro. You're a sick person. You're a sick person, fam.
That is
you're out of order, fam.
That's abnormal activity. But I mean, this is the vent.
Anyway, this is the vent. I'm your host, Jared Bill. We got Nerd Z in the building.
Hey!
We got Del Pesh in the building. You guys are okay? You guys are good over there? I know
AKA
you guys off guard.
Captain Corners in the building. 360-degree ovary. Let's go.
That'll kill me. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Definitely thrown off by all of this, but good. Even before the conversation, before we got live, like
yeah, we had a interesting live conversation.
Now it's time to be thrown on instead of throw it off. Now you gotta be thrown on. You gotta be thrown on now. You can't be thrown off now.
No. Yep, we're here. We're here now. We can't run from this anymore. We're here now.
Oh man.
How's your guys' days going? Like, how's everything going with y'all? How's your weeks?
It's been good. Definitely been working and getting things done and connecting with people, networking, and just like, yeah, creating. That's really the biggest part, creating. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think I lost track of a day or two. Like, yo, I'm just like, what happened? Yo, I don't even know what happened. Like, I just, yeah, skip my question. I don't even know what happened this week with me. I don't know. All in all, I'm here today on the Vent Pod. It's great. It's been a great episode. and yeah.
If you think we're gonna be today, I think people think that, hey, you guys are gonna have like a serious intellectual conversation. I don't think that's happening tonight at all. I feel like I'm still dealing with the effects of losing the 1 hour last week. I had like a terrible migraine.
Oh,
And
geez.
then now I feel like I have my wisdom teeth.
Oh.
So I think maybe, I don't know, but the weather or whatever, but my wisdom teeth is telling me it needs to come out, and
Damn.
the doctors better hurry up and do what they need to do, the dentist, and figure this out, because I might have to bust a castaway and hit it with a skater boot and a rock and take it out.
Rolling.
If you guys remember that movie. But yeah,
James like, sir, hurry up right now. I don't know what you guys are doing. This COVID thing is over.
I do an assessment. I'm like, they said assessment. I'm like, just take it out. Just take it out. Knock me out. I want the aesthetic. Just knock me out, and
you have to be knocked out.
Take out all the fourth of teeth. Take out all fourth of my teeth.
Oh, you want all four out? No.
I want everything out. I don't want to deal with this ever again. I want it gone out of my life. I was gonna say something really bad, but it was gonna be really bad. Oh, that's close. If I let man. Anyway, but yeah, like all the toxic things in my life. But anyway, but yeah, it is Sunday night. Monday we'll be free from all the masks. Well, most of the mask.
Most of the mask, yeah.
Most of the mask, they say. Because here are the highlights, they said. The mandatory vaccination policies end. According to CP24, the mandatory vaccination policy for employees in long-term care homes is lifted. A directive requiring that unvaccinated workers in hospitals and other high-risk healthcare settings partake in the regular rapid testing program is lifted. Letters of instruction of the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services, and the Ministry of Seniors and Accessibility are revoked. This will mean that those sections are no longer to require to have a vaccination policies that a minimum require unvaccinated workers to partake in an educational course on the benefits of vaccination. So I think it's going to be lifted for kids too, apparently, like schools and stuff, I guess. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, kids are kind of germy.
Okay. It's actually funny because a girl that I know, well, that I don't know, but I met today, she works in a school system, and she was saying the exact same thing. She's like, I'm not taking it off at work. Do you see these kids? They're like, oh, masks are coming off. She said that one kid was like, she's like, you know how kids are when they cough? They're like,
yo, they be coughing like that.
They be sneezing booger all up in the mask,
right?
And
they look at you like, save me.
Yeah. So, hey, man. I mean, yeah. It's gonna be an interesting time. I'm gonna still be wearing my mask. I know people are gonna be like, oh, you're anti-vaxxer. Nah, I'm gonna wear my mask because,
especially on the TTC.
I'm not really. Yeah.
Especially on the subway too. Nah, man.
I'm not really into the small talk. I don't. For me, it was like I avoid small talk.
Use it to. You know, certain Asian people do that. They put it on to avoid small talk. Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know if that was the reason, but I mean, well,
I heard it's one of the reasons. Well, no, I'm smiling, but I'm being semi-serious a little.
hey man, hey man, if that's what you heard, I thought it was a smart idea because you know, when times I walk with a mask on and just I don't need to talk to anybody. Sometimes I'll say good morning and stuff, and sometimes it's you know,
You're
just say something
cordial, yeah.
random like I'm being cordial, but like I'm not saying anything in the mask. I'm like, oh, fine. You know? And they'll be like, they're probably doing the same thing, right? Like I just, you know,
Funny.
but it does get annoying when you're trying to actually understand what someone is saying through the mask.
That's it. Yeah. Sometimes people you have to pull the bottom, just be like, for some reason that works for some reason. Like you pull the bottom or the top, no, not the top, the bottom, and you just
It's
and
the
you hear more clear.
auditory, yeah.
So
But it might be a smart idea a little bit to lift the mask a little bit because man, mask in the summer was hot. Like there's a lot of man, like it was like I don't know, like sometimes when it's like you take off the mask, it's like you forgot how to breathe because all the air is like, you know what I mean?
sometimes I wonder if they do a study. No, I wonder if they do a study where like you know, sometimes you're wearing a mask, you feel like you're clenching your jaw. I wonder if that will be an effect later down the
Yeah,
line.
to like lock in the mask or whatever,
Yeah.
and tension. Well, that could be from my wisdom teeth. Maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe.
That's,
I hope that's not the reason.
for two something years, you're just clenching.
Right, your ears are shifting down, like all that stress.
You're just clenching.
Could be.
Beer people, we have strong jaws for no reason. I mean, yeah. This is gonna be, I don't know. It's just been, well, we'll just see how this goes because apparently April 27, all mask requirements are gonna be lifted. That's what it says here on April 27. March 28th, they said the reopening Ontario Act expires. I didn't even know what that is. I didn't even know that act. I didn't even know when that happened. We just wanted to know. We more times we just wanted to know. Oh, this is open. Oh no. Okay. Should we wear a mask here? Oh no. Okay. What's the capacity? Oh, okay, cool.
They say half, but
that would be it.
You don't really see it like at full capacity though. Unless it's like a good sale or like something's going on, you don't see anything at full shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow capacity. Like it's very rare. So
you know who is it that shout out to Marlon Palmer from Extra Gravy. He made me second guess buffets, yo.
Oh, that's okay.
Like buffets kind of nasty if you think about it.
Like like the concept, yeah, like the open air, and then
man's are coughing in front of the food and thing and talking and.
Yo, when you're eating out,
you are required to wear a mask to get
while
your
you're
food.
collecting your food.
That might be.
That's possible.
But okay, you put it up. Okay,
more or less don't even wash their hands out here, imagine. So it's like.
Because then, okay, to enter the building,
take up a wing, take a bite.
I don't get it. Like it's like because before you have to enter the building with it on, then they seat you down, you keep it on, then the food comes, you take it off, but COVID's still around. Then you put it back on to go to the washroom, come back down. It's like I don't get it.
Some logics I kind of understood. Like when someone actually would be like, you know, some anti-vaxxers had a point when it came to certain things, you know. It's like, why are you wearing your mask outside? And like, oh, you know what?
Yeah, I don't point there. Yeah, I don't rock it outside because I'm outside. I'm just like, what? Like, outside is free ventilation.
Yeah, I'm breathing fresh air, but something I put on if I don't want to talk to people.
Look, if I don't want to talk to people outside,
I put it on when I don't want to talk to people. Like I'm seeing somebody, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to walk by.
That's wild. Y'all are some passive aggressive mother effers.
I just put on the blank face and just stare ahead. I have a mission to go to, but I'm just like, I'm just ahead. You know, I
More
do
times you do a what?
I just go on a mission and just be like, bam, I'm so locked in on this mission that I can't talk to you right now.
And I was like,
That's
this
mute.
puts the mask over, turns his face,
And just
just to make sure you didn't see.
That's me with my headphones. When I put in my headphones and I have both headphones in, even though I have ambient noise, so I can hear what's going around me, I still turn it up.
Too? You have to. Yo, I do that sometimes.
I have ambient, so I turn it on and just walk by. I hear somebody calling me, hey, hey, hey. I know you're calling me, but I'm not looking. I only want to hear footsteps or any type of like aggression coming my way, and I'm out of here. Or sometimes if I know I'm walking by someone I don't want to talk to, I'll put it in the right side of the ear, so like,
yo,
like I have both of them.
This is
You know what I
see,
mean?
see, this is a system. Like this is like,
You
this
know,
is no
I can
joke.
see that. I can definitely see that.
Sometimes
But
you
I
have
feel
to put it
bad
on.
sometimes, though. I feel bad
You
sometimes.
feel-
I'm not gonna lie. Because if somebody actually wants to talk to me, like, oh, sorry, you had headphones in. I'm like, no, oh man, my bad, sorry, what up? You know what I mean? I feel like it's like, it's like, whoops, I thought you were mean. And I'm like, no, what's up? It's good. You know what I mean?
But in your mind, you're like, this guy.
And yeah, it probably attracted me. It's like, oh, sorry. Just try to chat me. Oh, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? My bad. Say, oh yeah, we are selling these thing. I'm like, you got me.
Yo, that'll be the
You got
that
me.
is-
You
that is
got me.
That's some 300 IQ thinking right there.
Ew.
You got me.
Start a convo and then just be like, oh, what's up? I'm sorry, and be like, selling chocolates, and he's like, oh,
Or even if you had the headphones in and they're looking at you and they're trying to talk to you, and then they're not saying anything. They're like, and then you're like,
Like-
oh, I gotta hear what he's saying. And then you're just like, I'm just saying, are you interested into my what is it? Residual income? Is that what you like to talk about? Residual income? Let's talk about. When I hear that word, bills, bro, I run. When anybody try to talk about residual income, how do you feel about residual income?
he's just like,
the same way I feel about the same way I feel about residue on my car that's not washed off. Like, it's like you should not be around. I'm joking.
that's a
You
interesting.
you shouldn't be around.
That's an
You want
interesting
residual income.
analogy. That's an interesting one. Okay.
I'm joking. No, I don't mind having residual income, but not from you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Straight
know.
to the point. I don't need it from you.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested. It's like, how does this work? How are we gonna do this? Oh, well, you have friends? Let's burn through your friend pool. Okay, all right. You ain't gonna make me. It's like, hey, I need you guys. It's like, hey guys, I need you to meet my friend. He's like the plug for all of us to be successful. How do you know the plug? I don't.
Okay.
Like, imagine if you were like in a cartel for real, and you don't know the plug, and you go to your brethren, it's like, yo, the man's gonna give us beer food, man. Shout out to Top Boy and all that. And you don't have a good connect, yeah? I just met the fam. And then you find out that person, like, you don't know that person, but that man's saying, I'm gonna bring you boatloads of work, and it doesn't go out to your favor. Because you didn't know the person. You can't blame the plug guy for that. You're a fool, you're an idiot, fam.
But you never know. That just says that person has hope. Has lots of hope.
Hope that you would pay him for the work and he'll disappear.
I hope that he would actually pay you and not disappear. Oh my god.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's kind of weird because your brethren will have hope in you because of what you said about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a weird, I understand if people want to take that risk, sure, I get it. Sometimes I feel like it's a scammer man. Like, if there's a person that I know that's a scammer man, and I know this person as a scammer man my whole life, and you come to me and say, "Hey, man, how's it going, man? How's everything going, man? I have a business opportunity in that bridge." I know who you are.
Like
you
I
don't
know,
even
like
talk
yeah.
like this.
You didn't turn a
You
green.
don't even talk like this.
What do you call it? You didn't turn a green
You
leaf.
didn't turn
like
a new leaf this fast. You didn't turn a new leaf this fast.
No way.
I've been reading Think and Grow Rich. I'm like, what have you been reading, bro?
You're trying to take my grandma's house. I see what you're doing. I see you from far away.
I've seen this from a distance. You didn't leave the streets yet.
I'm rolling.
But anyway,
about you have a new business opportunity.
Things are
like no, wait.
But
wait.
Like, do you guys mind?
Wait, let me vent a second. There's a person I added, which is my fault, because but then there's someone that I used to work with. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's up? And then they asked me a question. I was like, what? First of all, how they said what's up to me was it was very. It was like hi. I was like hi, okay, hi, whatever. Okay, and then they asked me a question. I was just like, what is that about? And then I got hit with paragraphs. And I was just like, no, I don't know about this venture, and I just pressed back on the chat, and I was just like, what was that about? Delete the thread, and I just moved on.
Bro,
I don't know, man. We had good conversation at work, but I don't know what happened. Like, oh, I don't know. Oh, you good?
Well, yo, keep in mind that a lot of. Could you hear me? Check. I'm here. Check.
Yeah.
You see me? Check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, keep in mind, a lot of people are getting scammed on IG.
Like
a lot of people get hit.
Heavy.
Yeah, acting up now.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me? Check.
Yeah.
You talk about scamming and now the Wi-Fi is acting up. That's what's happening.
That's a message right
there. That's what's happening. You guys talking about. You guys hear me?
They're trying to hear the conversation.
So what I was saying was a lot of Instagram pages are being like came over by these pages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think.
Oh my gosh! Tell me why. Hold on a second. It's weird because as soon as I talk about scamming, this is what going on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It should be good.
Okay. As I was saying, well, I'll say it again because I don't know if you guys heard me the first time. Was a lot of people's Instagrams accounts were getting taken away, like legit hostage by these Forex scammers and all these other things. And I'm just like, man, they'll send you a link or your budget, or some people are getting their money sent off like, oh, this person, Scammers are out here. It's an all-time high.
I don't know if I shared this after the pod, but I think I told you guys before, but for the viewers listening and watching, there's a story my mom relayed to me about how a woman she knows that she knew for a while, her daughter fell for one of those scams, and she ended up giving $10,000 to a family member, quote unquote. We're like, oh, you got to pay $10,000 in order to inherit this $1 million. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? Why would you pay into inheritance? You either get the inheritance or you not get it. So it's like, yeah, she ended up losing 10 bands. I don't know if the daughter paid it back yet. Like,
that's wild.
That's wild. I've been watching a bunch of scammer things still. I'm not gonna lie. There's something called Scammer Payback. On YouTube, the website is a YouTuber called Scammer Payback. And basically he set up his computer in a way where it's like he catches these guys talking like, try to scam old people and all that stuff, but he'll change his voice using his mic and whatever. He actually streams this. And he
does it live. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he catches people.
Like live
sitting
in
there
action.
live,
Mm-hmm.
and then those
Mm-hmm.
guys, and he speaks their language, whatever their language is. He'll
Mm.
speak back their language, and they'll usually, or they'll be like, oh, and everything. But
he's like,
it's pretty good. It's a pretty.
he's like the whisperer.
I mean, there's a few of them actually, who do it.
Oh no.
The one guy that I've seen, he'll do it and he'll like change his voice. Like he'll actually do auto tune. And he's done like one where he's like an older woman. Oh, that one was so funny. I'm sorry. The way he was like, "Oh, just give me 1 second. I'm looking for my wallet."
Yes, I think
And
it's the
then he's
same
like,
guy. Same guy.
he's making noise in the back. That sounds like he's like shaking a drawer. He's in the kitchen. Oh my gosh. And the person who's on the other line is waiting for an additional like 10 minutes while Mary is looking for her wallet. Like he drags that stuff out for like an hour. Yo, it's so bad, but it's so good because like here you are trying to like prey on little old Mary who's like old and vulnerable. It's funny though.
And he'll go on their computer and delete all the files, like the files of like the tracking, whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny. I remember the one where he what was it? They tell him and set up because they messed up on whatever. He's like, go to the store and buy like 5 Visa gift cards at $100. And he redeemed it on his own sitting. And the man's like, what are you doing? It was supposed to be redeemed to me.
Oh,
yo, the man is getting mad on the thing. And I'm like, wow.
whoa, that's
cheesed.
Damn, that's crazy.
Trust me.
It's wild. But a lot of things happened this week. Where do you want to go with this? Where do you want to go?
Yo,
Like,
okay,
where do you want to go?
What happened to the TTC guy?
Okay. All right.
The streets of Toronto. Actually, sorry.
So basically,
the streets of North York seem to be getting a little scary.
Yeah, what?
Well,
What is he saying?
According to City News, according to City News, 2 teenagers have been arrested as police search for additional suspects after a TTC operator was violently assaulted by a group of people at Shepherd subway station. The incident happened just before 10 p.m. on Saturday, following requests as many as 6 people has assaulted a TTC worker.
6 people?
Yeah, the paramedics said that the transit operator was a local hospital with apparently concussed. Allegedly, this is all alleged.
Wow. Concussion
now,
too.
As I said, North York seems to be getting a little scary because some of y'all are gonna think Shepherd and think on the west side. No, Shepherd by Young, North
by
York.
the east, yeah.
I think it's anywhere, but people are not taking it. We don't know how this went. But if we know the amount of time been see how people were a certain way, we know how this could have went.
Wow. I mean,
and that's the problem. Like
it could have been, I don't know, somebody could have set it off, and the person's like, you know what? It could have been like, oh, you guys didn't pay your fare, and then the TTC operator may have been throwing insults and stuff like that, and then the person starts swinging, and then their friends start swinging, and then does that happen?
Or it could be a bunch of kids who are just bored because they've been inside for so long. You know, their mental health is probably a little off. And then here they are just picking a fight because they already feel like they're left inside for so long.
That's That could be it. There's many theories to. It's just
Right.
like.
Or these kids are just juvenile kids.
6 people karateed one man. Like that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. To beat up one person, or they're playing VR. See, like that's the other thing.
Wait,
What?
Yeah, virtual reality. Pokemon Go. Yeah.
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 I don't know about that.
I need to catch my Pokemon in the booth.
And
Get
6
out of the
people
booth.
dealing with
Wow.
a TTC operator.
Wow.
What does that mean though? Is a TTC operator like what does that mean? Like train operator?
No,
It
an
could
operator,
be-
I believe, is the person who sits inside the booth.
Inside the booth, yeah.
Well,
Because the
some of
train
that can-
operator is a train conductor, I believe.
Train
those
conductor, yeah.
mans can be quite disrespectful because they think no one's gonna get into the booth.
Mm.
That's okay. You just said a statement. So he had to leave the booth in order for a fight to happen.
Maybe.
Unless the door was open.
Unless the door is open, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or
That's
his tie was a little too low in the thing.
And they pulled off his tie.
Yo.
You know, like
I mean, people have their moments. I mean, you know, like, I'm not
Yo.
I mean,
I mean,
I mean, somebody we know.
I mean, it's
tried to
happened.
stick their head.
I mean, like, you know, not say who, you know what I mean, but you
Not
know,
saying who, no.
some TTC people be downright dirty, disrespectful.
Yeah, some of them are just disrespectful, and you would act like they didn't have a mother that raised them well. Yeah,
Wow.
like,
brag with yourselves.
I'm telling you, like, pride is the devil. I'll say that thing. Pride is the devil.
Very true.
And I really believe, like, if it's still a fair thing and you disrespect people that can't pay the fare and you're trying to do that on a bus that, like, I feel like, let's say you're on the Eglinton, let's say we only know that that's the one I could speak of, 90 or the 32. Say you're on the 32 bus. You just want to get home. But, you know, tough, you know, COVID, a lot of things happen. You can't afford the bus. You and other people that you may know were all taking the same bus. You know, you have certain people that you take the bus the same time every day, and you know those people now just by the fact that they're on the bus. You know that's their seat. You know that's their thing. You know, there's a respect level that, you know, you might say hi one day. You might talk at the bus stop before you guys get on the bus. You know, it's just that rapport. Right? And that day you decide to go on the bus, that bus driver decides to disrespect you in front of that person and other people. And then you have to, some people, they'll take it and be humble or just take the hit and then just have a horrible ride. Like the bus ride will be a little bit slower. Everything is like every step, I'm drinking every stop. I just want to get off this bus. The person that, you know, probably had a crush on you the whole time, they're probably like, oh, you got punked by the bus driver. You know what I mean? Like all these things come to your mind. And then sometimes you just had a rough day and you mess with the rough day, the person that had a rough day or going through things or intoxicated or whatever, you mess with the wrong person. Or you don't want to pay a fare. What, you can't afford the fare?
Can't afford the fare? What do you mean I can't afford it? Like,
you're broke. You should go beg on the street like that person.
Beg on the street. Like I'm a Parkdale man. Like
it's the shaming. It's
the shaming. Some of them, I'm not saying, yeah.
Like I'm on the streets of Parkdale, harassing people with one eye patch. Actually, story time. So I'm on the streets of Parkdale one day, and like, I'm gonna link the scenario. So that so the TTC man in this scenario, profiled me as there's a person in the street one day with an eye patch on the pirate thing. He had a black hoodie, black pants, whatever, and he was like grabbing people, asking them for money. That's how the person categorized me. I haven't seen that person since, so I don't know if someone karateed him like the TTC operator, like a karate in this story, or he got the mental help that he needed, or he found housing. But it was like a one time. I'm like, who's this? This kid was going to everybody, dragging people, pulling their purses, like give me $2. You have it. I'm just like, yo. I was debating if I was gonna walk in, but then But like a conversation earlier, I don't know if I wanted to get crackhead bitten. I'm not saying no, he wasn't a crackhead. He had all his teeth.
Yo.
He had all his teeth. You know, you don't want like to get harmed with anything or stick with anything, right? You never know. But then I eventually, like, the woman just like, yo, get off me. And then the guy just sat back in that corner outside on top of a pile of clothes with one eye patch, just like, yo, just going bonkers. Like.
I'm gonna tell you this. Me and Nerdsy, I think went down Parkdale. Was it Parkdale? Yeah, yeah. One time, me and Nerdsy went down coming back back to Dufferin, and then one time, high. We were intoxicated. We were high. We were whatever. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not promoting this, but that was a crazy sight. That was a crazy sight. Crackheads kicking off. Like I remember we went to Burger King and we're like, because like we were like, what the hell?
Like James is like, it's never a dull moment, whatever.
Like,
the most was happening that
most was happening.
Most.
Crackhead was crying. One person was crying in the thing, and the man was consoling. One man knew the next crackhead. This guy said, yo, you're dead. When they're like, yo, why is that food taking so long? We gotta get out of here. Like, we gotta get out of here.
Which day was this? It was a Saturday, Sunday?
It was a Sunday. It was the day that we somehow end up in the house with beer bread.
Yes.
It was that day.
Yeah, like, and yo.
And that's just a Sunday. I
just remember, like, we need to get out of here, bruh. We need to just get our food. But yo, the food was taking longer than usual, Benjamin. The food was taking longer than you. I remember the same crackhead went up and the man said, yo, he came with a random receipt that said, yo, I'm my two rappers. Do you hear me? And we're like, yo.
But he had the code. He
had a receipt though, and the code was the actual receipt code. And he's like, we didn't even make the order. So I'm like, God knows how he got the same exact code. And we're like, yo, if they give this man our order.
This guy said, do you hear me?
Listen to me. It was, yo, when I tell you, that thing was mystical because I remember he said the numbers. And then I looked at my receipt. And yo, I look at the kid, a Nerdsy, I'm like, yo, dog, he has the same numbers. But we're high. But we're laughing, but we're dead serious, tripping out, you know. We got our food because he walked out. I remember he said the man yelled out the name, and we just took it and took the bus down. Yo, but after that, I was just like, man, I will be driving.
But linking back to the TDC with James' story, he basically told you that he told you you're a beggar on the street, asking for Whoppers or with an eye patch on. That's.
I was treating you like that.
Treating you like that, yeah.
They treat people that racial profiling is rude, man. Would a man just come from work and you try to disrespect the man?
It's just a shaming altogether. Like, just it's very disrespectful.
Allegedly, with a story,
like,
allegedly.
No, but it's. I feel like it's just a thing. I remember one time coming across the streetcar on like St. Clair. This man was just out of order and just disrespectful. It's like I forget what happened, but I paid, and the man was like, "Oh, this and that," and I'm like, "Can I get my transfer?" And he's like, "Oh, you have to pay the full fare to get a transfer."
Actually, what?
I'm like, "Oh, you can't see then, because I paid you the full thing." He's like, "Oh, so you're gonna talk to people like that?" It's like, but you're gonna talk to people like that? Like, count the coin. You can count the coin. And I went and sat down. Then he was there trying to tell me to get off the bus. I was like, I don't know who you're talking to, but clearly you're having a bad day. And that was it. But the man's there talking about how he's gonna turn the bus around, blah blah blah, turn it out of order. Okay,
I don't condone assault. I don't condone that assault. Nope, I don't condone it. But if you do that to the wrong person, you're gonna have a worse day. You're gonna have a worse day. You're going to have a worse day. You don't know who you're messing with. You might be dealing with an old man and you disrespect the old man, and the man just might hit you with his cane. Take you out with a cane. He'll hit you with the hook side. You didn't even see that coming. You're gonna hit with the hook side. And you're just like,
or you next to he's your whole supervisor, you don't even know, and you get fired. That's what it is.
You want to get disrespectful, and the man, you're gonna tell the man, all right, cross that white line. Cross the white line. The man's looking at you ready. The man might cross the white man and still hook off swings on you, and because of what? You disrespect the man?
If that scenario happened, yeah.
You guys
but on the flip side too, it could have been just like, I don't know, some people are just assholes. Like they're just like, yo, let me just beat up this person.
Those guys might be the reason that the buses might be self-driving if you guys keep it up.
Ooh. But even if they were self-driving, people would still find a way to try and vandalize, damage, break. Excuse me. All that
Bless
stuff.
You.
But people will just be people like that, yo. That's the thing. People just vandalize. I swear there's a random person that just set the buses on fire. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, when you set buses on fire, man. What's wrong with you, sir?
They're just people like that. They're just what's the
arsonists?
Pyromaniacs. Some people are just that.
I am one.
They're haunted.
I like fire. Yeah. I like fire, but I'm not gonna burn on a bus.
Well, I don't know if you should.
Well, then you're not a pyromaniac. You might be a pyro fanatic.
But here's the thing: I would love to see what it looked like when it's on fire, but like I wouldn't like literally just.
That's a crazy lyric.
Say, I'm gonna burn the bus because I want to see what it looks like. No, that's what YouTube's for.
That's what you do.
But yeah.
I said live vicariously, man.
Yeah, man. That's how we are YouTube watching random stuff, and you're like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
That's a good theory, though. The self-driving thing, because people are just the
because people are they're not gonna want to start paying out for stuff like this over and over. They're gonna be like, man, you guys can beat up the bus, but I don't want you to beat up the humans where we have to pay and whatever. Just like I remember I seen someone. You see, I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore, but sometimes TikTok has some crazy educational things that throw you off a little bit.
That's
Because you learn the true meaning of things. Because it's just so random, you learn true meaning of something and some things that make you think. Like, I remember when they said something like, what would happen? What do you think is a preventative measure when it comes to like the killings of Black people and all this stuff? Like cops killing Black people or POCs and all that stuff, right? And then one person said, give them all life insurance because insurance doesn't want to pay out. So if you think about it, someone, they kill somebody, right? I know it's kind of wild to say, but like you kill somebody and the family gets like whatever the payout is. The insurance company is going to try to find a way not to pay it, but it's like, hey, a government official killed this person. They're gonna be like, man, what are you doing? It's gonna go down the chart. That's gonna be a different type of hire war, insurance versus like the government or whatever. They'd be like, man, what are you doing?
That's wild.
Because that person is worth $1 million.
Yes.
If you think about it based off their insurance.
Yeah.
But if that's the only way, I mean, if that's terrible, but I mean, it made you think a little bit. It made me think about it when I saw it. Like,
put insurance and then,
if majority of the group of the people bought into life insurance, less killings would happen because the value of their life would be worth more.
Right. Which is crazy, but I mean, it should be morally worth more based, but you know.
Just because you're
yeah, this world is wild. And then like I had another like I know we're into this topic or whatever, but like you know what I thought about? Like I keep saying like is equality like okay. Sorry if I offend anybody. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but like I just have a question like
go for it.
Is equality really a good thing? Like, or like I don't know, like how do I put this?
I think you said for all. That was the key part you
For
said.
all. Like it's like equality. Imagine if the whole world was just equal in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would there be any like uplifting because it's like, or like an excel? Like, if everybody got everything,
Mm-hmm.
like, would there be anything to look up to or look up for? I know
Well,
it's a weird philosophical question. I just thought about it. I was like, that's
it's not a weird one at all, because that's what the constant conversation between equity and equality is. So
because equity is different than equality.
yeah, because equity is giving and providing based on what your needs and access is, versus equality is everyone just receives the same, regardless of what may be your disadvantages or advantages. So you may give everybody access to a lot of things, but if they don't have the tools, or they don't even have the steps to really be able to receive it properly, then it's kind of not equal, because they're still at a disadvantage. While others who may be surpassing that and they only get that share of whatever it is that's being given to them, they can't get a little higher either. So they can't really progress because it's not enough. Sure.
so I guess equality is just determined on whoever is giving the equality, I guess. What is considered like, because like if that's the case, it's never really equal then.
Basically.
So
very interesting. That's a chicken.
Yeah, like because it's like I think about it, like 'cause when you hear about equality, like I watch all these things, and it's like it's just a lot of like there's so much gray area that no one really speaks about when it's like, is equality actually equal?
So put it into perspective. What's an example?
Okay. Oh Lord, I didn't want to touch on certain ones.
So equal for all. Okay, so whatever, regardless of status. Okay, I'll start with a simple one. So regardless of anything, everyone gets the same pay.
Mm-hmm.
The pay is negotiated through. No, everybody gets the same pay. So it doesn't matter if it's a CEO, CFO, vice president, president, district manager, down to the administrative assistant. Everyone gets the same pay.
For the janitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's not fair to the person that is really good at his job. That's not fair to the person that takes his work seriously. You see what I'm saying?
Or someone who's quote unquote bad or mediocre at their job.
Or has more responsibilities and weight versus time and attention to actual work produced.
Yeah, because some people feel like, specifically in Toronto, like in terms of city jobs, they're like some, I guess some contracts and some people you're paired with, if you excel and try to like work at a certain pace, they'll be like, yo, slow down. It's like it's
right. Like, no, it's true.
Right? Like, yo, just go with the flow. We got all this time. Don't worry about it.
Because a lot of people believe if you work by the hour, you kind of lose. Because it's like I've heard this whole concept. It's like if you work by the hour, you kind of lose, because it's like, let's say this person just knows how to do it quicker than anybody else. The company wins because they find someone that makes whatever they're making quicker than anybody else. But the guy loses because, he's making everybody profit, but he's not making as much profit in the sense, because he could have done 200, let's say, t-shirts, while everybody in the room is doing 30 or whatever. He made the most money for everybody else, but he's still going to be getting paid the same hourly wage as everybody else not taking it seriously. But then the problem is, they're like, slow down, but what if he takes pride in his job? So it's kind of just It's a battle in itself.
That's
Mhm.
that's one example though. Pay. And then now,
But the leader is not gonna. But here's the thing: the leader is not gonna tell you, "Hey, slow down." The leader loves when that things happen. They love when there's an advantage.
Mm.
They're gonna capitalize on someone taking advantage of someone.
mhm.
They're not.
But
There's no moral in that aspect. They're gonna take
Mhm.
advantage.
Mhm.
yeah, most of the time I hear these stories, it's mostly like at the same level up until manager. They're kind of just like they're more easygoing with it. Explains why all these potholes are not fixed.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's not the reason why the potholes are not fixed. The only reason why the potholes are not fixed because the people who actually live in the general area have not put in enough complaints to let them know and say, listen, my taxpayers need to be made effectively. Thank you. Instead of opening up these damn marijuana places. But
Yo, the marijuana places or condos or that's
fix
it.
up
That's
these
all it is.
roads. Because when
Just
the time comes and my wheel starts to like bend out of shape, you guys are not paying me back for my damages.
even if you make a claim, they make their estimate on their end. Like, oh, it's
Yeah,
worth.
yeah,
They don't pay you
They
the
don't-
actual
Yeah,
amount.
they'll look at it as like, oh yeah, I know this is the car you need that makes you make the most money.
yeah.
But at the same time, to us, that's
Yeah,
See,
it's just a
that right there
little.
is a lack of equality right there.
So
Certain neighborhoods get it better.
the roads are paved. They got they got the nice speed limit
Mhm. The signage is
signage,
properly, yeah.
right? Meanwhile,
the world we live in, man. It's the world we live in.
hmm But the root of your question was, what is better?
Yeah,
Like,
like is it really a good thing? Like that's my
the
question. Is it real? Like I thought, like me personally, me seeing like that things are not equal made me have better drive more than others.
mm,
Like I felt like if I felt like if I had what everybody had, I'd probably be complacent. But because I wanted more than what I had, like I don't know, like I feel like
use that as fuel, and you're just like, you know what?
yeah,
Mm.
I
But there's
I
some
wasn't
people.
okay with the equal in a certain sense. I'm like, yeah, you're feeding me stuff to stay here. I want to be in a higher level. I want to be better. You know what I
mm,
Yeah.
mean? Your equal is making me treat like trash.
mm.
Oh,
And that
that's
And
that is sometimes some people don't even know what equal looks like. Because if they say everyone has to have a fair share, to a lot of people, a fair share could be like coupon clipping. And somebody else, they're like, everyone should not be coupon clipping in order for that to be equal. Like everyone should be able to like have access to a lot of things or more instead of having to like, what's the word?
soul food cooking in the. I don't know if that's a
Limit
verified account, but
to limit themselves. Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, and even to the point that it's like, okay, it's equal to the point like I want things equal to a point that like I don't know. I think about a lot lately. It's just when you sit there and just read books and just realize certain things and certain concepts. You're like, okay, you want equality, or it's like, oh, you want to live your happiest life, live your best life. And I'm like, you want to be equal. What is your best life is just robbing people.
All right.
Honestly,
You see what I'm saying?
that conversation has been real for me in a long time. Not in the sense of
My
like
best life, what if your best life was being
knowing people.
toxic?
Yeah, some people know. That's it. That's it.
Oh, the account's verified. Okay, so soul food cooking said, "Don't start, none won't be one." I don't know. I wish I had a timer on it. I don't know what. I don't know what the
What is
context
it?
on that is. Don't start, none won't be none. I don't know.
Who's that?
Someone commented on that.
Who's that? What's the name?
Soul food cooking in the
Don't
YouTube
start
chat.
none, won't be none. I guess.
I don't know. I don't know what that.
Is that a Little John reference? Like,
Oh, they're probably talking about the bus.
no,
Oh,
don't. Stop.
They're probably
Talk about the bus. Like you're dealing with certain people, you get your face checked off. Punch in, punch out like a clock. But
wow.
yeah, like I don't know. That's just something I've been thinking about.
No, I hear that. I mean, that would have to eliminate a lot of things if people wanted equality. Because then you'd have to really take away the concept of desperation, unevenness, limitations, restrictions. What else? You'd have to change the idea of abundance. Change people's expectations, standards.
What about I think the reality too. The reality
That too. That as well. I mean, like, is everyone going to be okay with living in a 2-bedroom home? You know, like if that was equality, the housing, everyone gets a 2-bedroom home. That's it.
Some people could be cheese. They were like
right?
2 bedroom.
Right? Because then say you have 4 kids.
Hey,
and
we get the master room. You guys, you figure out that other
figure
room.
it out. And the living room.
Yeah.
You know?
This is something I think about. I just been thinking about that, and it's just like everybody's fighting for equality. But what does your equality mean? Is your equality your equality? Is your equality somebody's telling you what their equality is? What makes something equal? And what is their intent on saying that equality is equal? Why are they saying that equality is equal?
And is your equality for everybody? Like, no, I want this for everybody.
Is it fair? Yeah.
Is it fair? Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know what fairness is anyways, right? Like,
clearly.
You know, like, I don't think people, and I think that comes down to a level of like treating others the way you want to be treated. A lot of people do not treat others the way they treat themselves, or like the way they treat others. So if they actually had that in mind, I think a lot of people would shift the way they think or the way they approach things. Especially in the sense of like what should be fair or like equal, you know? Because it's the same, like, I think in every construct, there's some level of unfairness, right?
And that's where I feel like certain things run off unfairness.
Yeah.
Certain things are built off on, like, they're not considering everybody. A lot of things are not being considered when it comes. Success doesn't consider everybody because not everybody's successful.
Yeah. Which is determined by a group of other people who say this is what success is. Yeah. That could be.
So I'm not, you know, I may consider it may be a philosophical person that I would debunk all this, but this is just something I thought about. You know, this is the things, the gray matter in my head or whatever that I think about sometimes.
Okay, man, that's good.
Now, if you want to tie this in to the swimmer, speaking about equal and fairness.
Oh.
Yeah, the swimmer now, Leah Thomas, who I think won first place in the competition, and that stirred up a lot of controversy. Yeah, it's for what champion is this? The NCAA title. Yeah.
So I think it's the 800. I don't remember, but
okay. So just so the viewers understand who and what you're talking about. So NCAA, what is that?
National College Athletic Association.
Okay.
So they Athletics of America or nation wide is on your side. I don't know. Something. I don't remember, but
so it's an association within the states, and there was controversy about this athlete. What was their name again?
Leah Thomas.
Leah Thomas, who came in.
Yeah, Leah. Yeah.
Okay, Leah Thomas came in first place for swimming. Now, why would there be any controversy around that?
Because Leah used to be born a male
Mm,
that transitioned into a trans woman.
mm,
So the participants, the parents of the participants, the audience in general, the no official like judges have really spoken. It's just more like the people watching. They're kind of
mm,
like, hey,
Not fair.
this is not fair. It's not
mm,
equal.
mm.
So there's a big stink on that. And one of the
Now,
oh wait, go ahead. What did you say?
here's where it just seems very like I don't know how to go about it because it's like they're saying it's equal based off the science of the estrogen. If you have a certain estrogen level,
Mm-hmm.
that would make it equal.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other things that make there's a different like as much as like you're making it equal on this part,
Mm-hmm.
there are differences on the other side that's not being discussed.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like, is it even like something that like instead of it being discussed, I feel like it's like if you discuss it, it's a problem. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it automatically becomes a problem. And I don't think that's equal when it comes to like other things, other situations. I don't think that's fair.
Mm.
I don't think like is there like is there is equal and fair the same thing?
Mm.
Like
From what
is
we
equal
discussed, not
like I don't
no, not really. Like
No.
it depends on how the person says it too.
Yeah, and how it's
It's
being distributed.
distributed, yeah. We found out no.
I mean, for me, I kind of look at it in the sense that either which way, when it comes to female sports, women who actually are top tier in their athleticism are shamed. So
They're shamed anyways.
they're shamed regardless. So whether it's a trans woman who is competing or a cis woman who is amazing at what she does, she is shamed regardless. She's always either equated to looking like a man. If she is actually that strong, it is due to some type of hormonal imbalance, taking some form of steroids, and it never comes down to it just being hard work and natural gifted genetics. So if at any point it's always equated to you are either doing something that's enhancing you, it's never natural, or you are like a man, or a man could be a man and just we don't know about it. Either which direction, it's like you're ashamed about it. So now it's just kind of like it's I for me, not to say that trans women are not or shouldn't compete in with other women, but it kind of adds more fuel and kind of deepens the insult that a lot of cis women already experience.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah, you're best to speak on this. I don't know how to like I'm not gonna you know what I mean? Um it's just very
It's a
It's rough.
yeah, because
It's rough.
you know what it is? Because it's just like
she said
I
it's rough.
It's
hey
rough. I
man,
mean,
hey
like
man.
growing up and knowing a lot of like athletic women, being athletic myself, right? You know, going to the gym, I had the most support that I ever got when it came to my athleticism were from men. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, it wasn't from women, it was from men. But then at the same time, my biggest haters and the people who ridiculed me, gave me the most shame, gave me the most shit were men and women. And it was just usually the men who did give me like some form of whatever, they would always equate me to be like, oh, you're looking too manly. Ooh, you're looking like a trans. Like literally, I've been told that on many occasions when I was working out by women. They would be like, oh, how do you expect to like get with a partner? Why is my
Yeah.
relational status
Yo,
now being
what?
threatened because I have muscles?
But no, so yeah, sidebar. For some reason, muscles Like I don't mind a woman that's like into fitness or whatever, but like
Yeah.
some dudes are very like nah, nah. I don't
You
want
don't
to
have bigger biceps than me.
me.
Yo,
Some you know,
your ego. Like,
some
listen,
dudes
That's
be
what I'm saying. If it's
as
not
long
for
as
you,
I
it's
love
not for
you,
you.
you can bench press me, lady. Bench press me.
well, I didn't say all that,
I'm
but
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But
yeah, I don't know. Some people are very like it's an
And
insecurity
even just
thing.
going outside and going to the gym. Mind you, I get looks when I go to the gym even to this day, right?
mhm.
I can lift my body weight. On average, a lot of women do not at the gym do not lift their own body weight. When
They
I
do
see
all,
another woman who can lift their own body weight, I'm like, yes, sis, keep it going. Let's go.
see,
But
they get the mirrors, they got the camera, the Instagram
no,
booty pumping.
no Instagram.
Oh
These are
no,
They
just
came
I'm
to
women
talking.
who
work. They
are,
came to work.
No, not those.
yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that don't do it. They like they use the machine
Oh, they
wrong.
come in there just to like, I see.
Lick a
Pose.
1-2 sweat. Side angle pose, side angle, side
Mhm.
angle.
I hear that. But it's, you know what's also very interesting? As soon as a woman is capable of doing or lifting or doing any of these things, the atmosphere of the gym changes as well.
Because man's are like, yo, I
I
gotta
know.
pump up.
I
And
seen
men
it. Yeah,
start ramping it up. Like,
I seen it.
They
who
start
are
That's
you?
actually
clamping weights.
Like,
that is a whole
well,
factory.
but that's
I've
another
seen that.
part of like, why
I've
are we
seen that.
competing? Right? You see what I'm saying? A girl picks up 45 weights and she's pushing it. All of a sudden, everybody in the gym is pushing harder.
Man, you rocking 45s, I'm rocking 90s.
Like,
We're triple quadruple plating right now. We're quadruple. Mans are doing the most.
like it's actually wild. So in some weird way, or I guess in a way that society has actually trained, genders, a man feels like he is inferior if a woman is capable of pushing or lifting anything remotely close. So in some parts, and again, these are just theories, right? In some ways of thinking, some people's attitudes and whatever. I'm not saying, and again, I'm not saying that this is Leah's way of thinking, but to some people, they say that some trans individuals are doing it because they want women to stay in this position where it's like, please do not think that you can push more than any of us.
Oh, that's
Period.
damn.
And we will make sure.
Damn. That's
I don't know about all that.
I don't
Yeah.
even know
I mean,
I've met a few people, and that's just hate. That's just what it is. That's an idea of hate.
I didn't even have an emoji for that.
I did not even
like,
think about that. But I mean,
trust me, there is a lot on the internet. When you see, there's this one lady I follow. She's a lesbian. She does lesbian studies. Amazing woman. But she talks about trans individuals or trans individuals who are scapegoating the trans identity.
oh,
And
okay.
what she talks about is how people go about using trans identity to try and take advantage of the privileges of the other gender without actually wanting to actually identify as that. So whether it's not the actual psychological being or belief, they do not grow up with understanding. They do not want to change physically. They do not want to do all these other concepts that other true trans individuals actually go through testing and like for their life, not just for the enjoyment or for the privileges. So when she talks about those individuals and how like those guys are such a bad representation, and unfortunately they end up being some of the frontline caricatures that speak on behalf of trans identity and trans issues. So comes down to a level of hate. And a lot of the expression of it is circled around the hate towards women inadvertently.
whew, that's hey, hey, you said that. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. I just want to know, like, when it comes to the equality, is everything addressed when it comes to equality, or there's an equality stock as well? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you have to figure out where that person's mindset is coming from. That's how I see it.
yeah, because I'm wondering if equality. I feel like sometimes equality could be just changing the slider ups for this moment, or changing the sliders up for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like we're trying to balance. Like sometimes I wonder if like, are we just trying to balance a imbalanced world? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like can we group everything as one thing when everything's like it's like putting things in a box in a way, and then just putting it in a bigger box, but everybody's different. So it's like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just a lot of philosophy. This is what happens when you get some time to like think and overthink, and you hear these situations happen, and you're just like, why is this happening? And why is this okay? Why is this a thing? Does anybody think about the other side of this? Has anybody thought about the consequence? Has anybody thought about life? Has anybody thought about the good, the bad? Do you like? Does equality think about the effects certain things happen? Like that's I don't know. I just wonder a lot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Because the good, the bad.
But as they say, what is it? I think somebody had said a human is not supposed to know or understand to that capacity.
Oh, they're not. Oh, they're not supposed to know.
They're not supposed to.
You can't even tell a human that. That's not equal. Some people is just, you know what I mean? Like I don't know where you go about it. I don't know how you go about it. I don't know.
Now I don't know if you guys see the. It's hard to see it, but like
I don't see it. What is this?
it's hard to read it, but like with this situation going on, Caitlyn Jenner chimed in, and she was quoting someone called Pink. What's it called? Pink. What are they called again?
Don't even give that person the cosign. Just what happened.
But anyways, Caitlyn was quoting them by saying, "Oh, like, oh, you're moving. How can you say that?" And Caitlyn, which I don't know if she realizes the irony. Is it irony? Or
the double entendre.
Double entendre, but Caitlyn Jenner's response, no, I just had the balls to stand up for women and girls in sports. Wow. And this is replying to a tweet that says Caitlyn Jenner launches yet another disgraceful attack on trans athletes without a hint of irony. And that's Caitlyn Jenner's response. She had the balls.
I'm gonna say
again,
this.
It goes back to that whole shaming women and females in sports. Yes.
Yo.
That is such ammo for Chappelle.
I can't.
Like that is such ammo for like comedians to. Oh, I'm not gonna run that type of joke because, yeah, but yeah,
I don't think anyone can beat that joke. That's when it comes out the horse's mouth. You're just like, what? Did I just read that tweet correctly? And yo, first I thought it was a fake account, right? Because we were talking about scammers earlier and how fake accounts can get people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only is checkmarked, meaning it's verified, but Caitlyn on her page pinned the comment for people to see it. It's pinned, guys.
Hey, man.
She had the balls to, wow.
Well, she's representing women in sports and how they shouldn't be shamed. So
she went balls deep on that, man.
Deal. Clearly, like
I'm rolling.
She never left it hanging.
That.
I don't know, man. I just.
This shit is crazy. That's all.
Sometimes I just like. I just need a conversation, and I just want to talk. I just need a solid conversation that we can talk, and like understand what is needed to fix, like to understand what I'm going off on. You know, maybe I need one of those. What is it? The ayahuasca things, where people are just finding.
Oh, what?
You ever heard of ayahuasca?
Nah.
It's like a tea. It's like a tea from like in nature tea or whatever. But apparently this tea will make you see God.
Oh,
Like literally, mans are like they like you ever heard those like I forgot what it's called where people starve themselves for 4 days and then they see like the future.
that's okay. We'll go with that. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. It's one of those like I guess spiritual things. Like it's just you know.
So you,
But hey,
wait. So you take this drink. Someone boils it for you. You get about a cup, which is like 250 milliliter, right?
I don't know
Th-
how much, but I hear like Tyson and all these guys talk about, or Rogan, or all these guys, or whatever comedians or whatever. It's like they'll drink it and then they'll believe in a God after. They'll be like, "Yeah, I saw God," and they'll believe in Jesus or whoever. And then they'll like, it's like it takes you to a realm where mans are like crapping themselves and all that stuff. And like
It,
it's crazy. It's this potent or whatever it is. Not saying I might take it, but like, sometimes I feel like people are looking for answers. And I feel like there is already answer, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
I don't know about that. Where you sip something and then you just like how long are you hallucinating for?
I don't know. That's not for me to ask. I never took it. But
That's crazy. About to take
hey,
a drink.
viewers and listeners, what do you think? Send it to askthevent@gmail.com or IG or wherever we post this.
Comment
Because
below.
yeah, we'd love to know what you philosophize Instagram
Philosophical.
people. Feel like yes, that word people have to say about this.
We think it's fair or equal, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Wait,
Do you guys have anything to
now before before we get the plugs, I just want to throw this. This is not a topic, but I just want to throw a questionnaire. We were talking about Benzino earlier. For those that don't know, Benzino and a person that I don't know if it's just they're connected to the music industry. I'll just put it like that. But they went to a motel where Atlanta people even say if they catch you in hotels like that, you're either selling something, you're doing something, or you're doing something. Like it's just that's not the hotel to operate in. You pick different hotels with better quality, better 5-star. Like you don't pick stuff like that. Keep that in mind. So this footage of Benzino in 20p 2040p. I don't know, like we have HD cameras. I don't know why it's on bad quality, but he's being escorted out the motel room, and he had like a lot of luggage and everything with him, because I think the manager was complaining like, oh, this room is making too much noise. I kick these people out. So the joke started flying in because it was they're staying in a hotel room with one bed, one shower, two grown-ass men. So people immediately went, what's going on here? And while they were kicking him out, the dude was in the shower. And Benzino even said like, yo, I just left the shower. Like, oh my, this dude that I'm working with is in the shower as well. So people were going like, what? Wait, it gets better. Then I think they call it a slip of a tongue, but he even said like, if we were a white couple, no, he said this. If we were a white couple, you wouldn't be kicking us out like this. And people caught on that like, huh? What do you mean a white couple? Like what? But his excuse was him and the dude were working on a book for 4 days straight, allegedly. And I guess after like the aftermath, people started pouring in on their comments like, yo, Benzino's moving a little
Flaky.
right? And then he jumps up and says, nah, you see those 4 days in the motel? I was selling work. I was doing, me and dude were setting up a shop. We were selling to the people there and da. So my question to James earlier, Z, you weren't here. If these allegations are true, right? Why would he admit to being a criminal before coming out?
why you asking me that question?
I'm saying, no, I'm saying
like
in general. I thought
Okay.
that was allegedly, I'll say.
Because a
Sometimes
criminal
people
is more accepting.
I was gonna say sometimes people don't actually know what they are on the other side or seeing themselves outside. They don't know how they look, so they would admit to being accused of something, but not admit to something else that they don't actually think themselves of.
Trying to run, trying to hide, bring her through to the other side. Sorry, I don't know why that song came to my head, but sorry, but I think
Just a question for the panel. Though.
I just think a gangster is more accepting in society. Like I feel like saying that you're a gangster is more accepting than saying that you are, you know, doing some, you know, I guess homosexual activities. Was that what you would call it? Even though there are some, I don't know if that's what that's being alleged. If that's being alleged,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I don't got Tash K money, so I'm just saying, like, but you know, the harsh reality is there are some gangsters that are interested in those activities. You know what I mean? So, but this is not our pod for that.
But James,
I'm
he said this as a 60-year-old person, apparently 60-something years old. So it kind of makes you go like, you're still moving like this at 60-something in your 60s?
That does not matter because that overshadows everything. You know what I mean? There's a lot. Hey, man. Anyway,
that's alleged, but
that's all alleged. But hey, man.
That's
hey, man. I stay away from those things. But do you guys have anything to promote?
Yes.
I'm not gonna say plug because that's not really the word I want.
Waiting for you to ask.
After the last segment, you can't use the word plug. You just.
I'm rolling. But yes, definitely promoting my business and being the business of photography. So definitely go and check out zzz.studio Studio TO. I'm going to be hosting Click and Capture, which is a photography event, and it's open for people who want to do drop-in shoots, who would like to do workshops, do one-on-one, and get to update their portfolio by working with product and portraits and set designs. Then on top of it, this Friday from 1 to 6, it's going to be the Black Fashion Summit. And I cannot wait. I have amazing people. The host is Leisha Cole. And we have guest speakers, Charlene Rashad, who is a professional model, who has been doing it for over 10 years. She's also an author, an actress, filmmaker. We have Selena, who is CC Carnival. She is the face of Carnival this year. And we also have Tay Adasafi. Please, I apologize if I'm saying her last name incorrectly, but she is a designer and entrepreneur. And those will be our guest speakers for Black Fashion Summit. And I'm looking so forward to this. There's going to be a show at the end of it. I cannot wait to see everyone. And yes.
What's the time? Is it
Yes, so it's Friday, 1 to 6. And tickets are $40. And if you want the reserved seating, it's $75. Yeah, and it's down at 1196 Queen Street West, downtown, core, close to Fashion District. And yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody there. There's going to be a red carpet. Yo, like what I mean, it's going to be crazy. Crazy. Red carpet, bloggers, magazines. Yo, the works.
You might see me in the crowd with the.
Yes, I love it.
You might see me in the crowd.
I love it. And yeah, but yeah, definitely follow my personal page, TheNerdZZZ, Leonard Z, and follow my world.
Very good.
Heck.
Del Pesh, how about you?
The only thing I'm plugging right now is this I think with my cooking thing I have to make like new recipes every day. I think that because I make things so often, I'm just like there's no point posting it over and over again because it's the same thing, right? So I think I have to get with the creative recipes. And the thing is, I didn't even try baking yet. So I think that's a whole nother lane where I can be like, you know what? Tend to chef up the skills on that. They say baking is more trickier because like you have to watch like your flour intake, your water, the yeast and all that. But I think I nailed it down really well.
It's
So
a real.
So look out for that.
Okay. You can follow me at J Hunterville, Lou Pistols on Twitch. Whatever I'm gonna be playing. I might play some Resident Evil. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again. Shout out to Blizzard Boys, coldest pod out. I am looking for animators.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's what I'm looking for. Animators and drawers, like, or portrait drawers. Like I've seen a lot of drawings, and I have some work I have in mind that I want to create. For animation, that's one, but like I actually want like a
Cartoonists, fine artists.
Cartoonists and fine artists. The ones that you do the portrait artists, I see pastel portrait artists. I had one person in mind, but I'm not too sure yet. I have a bunch of I was thinking of one, but I do want to see a lot of people's work and see if they can do something for me.
There's a person on Twitter that I follow. So this guy does he started this thing where he did it with all the battle rappers. So
yes, I seen that guy. He's sick.
So I don't know him like that, but I'm gonna see if I can link him to you. I don't really know him like that, but I'm gonna see like, hey, my boy's looking for like a portrait thing.
Yeah.
Need to hash it out and then see like
I
what
don't know how much that costs, but yeah.
Get yourself your own sticker. He did one with Chris Brown, and Chris Brown was like, yo, this is dope, and just retweeted it, and then he got more on his page. Nice. He did Eminem, all the battle rappers, and then just, yeah. So, check out, I'll send you, no, you know him, right?
I think I know what you're talking about, because I've seen the artist post his stuff. He'll do the artist with the white eyes?
With the white eyes, yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I seen a couple of the stuff he did. He's pretty sick. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Hold on, let me.
But
hold on, let me actually like.
Tag him on the Instagram thing, if anything.
I'll tag him on Instagram at the end. Yeah.
If you have any questions, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. Follow us on IG, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes. Gonna be all over. Google Podcasts, wherever we're not there, let us know and we'll be there. We just want to thank you guys for watching. You guys be safe out there. This is The Vent, and we out. Peace.